Welcome back to Middays with Marcus Maven. 8150-93.9 is the number. 93.9 is the station. And today is going to be an interesting experiment on the energy and how it bounces and transitions between myself, Steve Rummage, and Chase. Steve Rummage in the building, chasing the boo.
Listen, there we go. Now that I am, I've joined Chase in the ranks of coaching. I'm waking up and like today. Well, first off, I dreamed I was playing high school basketball last night. So like I was back at a high school, but I had all my skill now, and I was like, dude, I'm awesome.
Do you know why you had that dream?
Because I've been coaching high school basketball.
No.
Oh, okay.
That's close.
Okay.
The tendons in your hamstrings and knees are recognizing this feeling of burnt out legs and rear end. And they're
That's a good point.
You know what is
when
this?
did we feel? Well, and let me give you the other part. So somehow I woke up today and I'm like, I've got a jammed pinky.
Yes.
And I'm like, did I do that yesterday?
Because listen, it wasn't like the old school jam, but it was just a slight jab of friction of the skin.
Yeah.
But your joint.
I'm like, oh, down my pinky there. I'm like,
and listen, and the swelling and all the Diet Cokes.
yeah. Well, there's some news on that. I'm actually going to, I'm going to retire. I think I'm going to have to retire from sodas. Yeah. Listen, I've got to get,
Is it your algorithm? It's matching up with mine.
Well, I don't know because I was, I'm not drinking a thermos of water every day, Chase, but God, he's like a 70-year-old man.
Wait, you got to do Chase in the booth again. I got.
Chase in the booth.
Chase is on the case.
It's Morgan Freeman, AI voice.
That was pretty awesome.
That's a good start.
That's pretty good.
I don't know if it. One more time.
Chase is on the case.
It just needs some music bed in the background.
Maybe slow it down a bit.
That was what I was gonna do.
Maybe
let's do Morgan Freeman if he was on cough medicine. If he was sipping on scissor.
Yeah. It's like, or it's like, and everyone knows Chase is on the case.
Yeah.
And just put something else.
Yeah.
Just make it a little more.
That's like, good.
And everyone knows.
Because that's a Morgan Freeman line.
Yeah, Chase is on the case.
That's good, man.
Okay.
No, this is good. But see, that's not
good
a failure. That is good. Did the old girlfriend get you that thermos?
Oh, yeah.
You don't throw away old trinkets?
Are you allowed to use that now?
Yeah, I've been using it.
Wow. Savage.
Still holds water.
Jake's like, well, I split up with her and then I just kept the thermos. Well, anyways, what threw me off before Chase started shaking his old man thermos to me.
Soda.
Yes, there it is. There it is. He stores it.
Sodas.
But sodas, I am, listen, I mean, I'm like, no,
clove tea is actually great for oral health. Okay.
I have heard that. Yeah. And I like clove stuff.
Let me say this right now. People, if you listen, first and foremost, Steve, what's your Dr. Eric Nunley and
Triple Crown Dentistry.
Triple Crown Dentistry.
Which charity's about to go see. So Eric, if you're listening, I'm going to be calling you.
Let me say this right now. If you can't get there like ASAP, this is a serious, hey, have you some cloves in your home. Clove tea will save your life if you have a toothache or you scratch a gum or an oral sore or something like that. Clove tea will save your life. You will listen. I promise you.
I have heard that.
I promise you. Listen, I didn't know it either. I was reading about the cloves, or I was listening to some lady, whatever. Let me give it a try. Blah blah blah. I was for the digestive properties is why I used it. But instantly, I felt like a spot. That I had some damn Doritos, and one of them jabbed me in the gum line, and it just ripped my mouth to shreds. Right. and it was just right before my clove tea, and I was like, this really does work, because I felt the numbness, just go right, right on people, parents, people who care about other people, whatever you care about yourself. If you have toothpaste, cloves, full cloves, just boil them in some tea, strain it out, and drink it. It's a lifesaver. Sorry, Steve.
No.
Retire.
Well, yeah, and so here's the other thing. See, I've got back since I've been over at Tri-State Men's Health stuff, I've kind of got back in the gym and got back to lifting a little bit and stuff. So I try to do like push-pull days. So like, because I'm not like heavy lifter. So
right.
like some days I'll do push, which usually ends up being chest and shoulders.
Okay.
And then do buys and backs. It's pull stuff, So anyways, and then I'm actually through legs and I'm squatting again. It's crazy. But here's the thing. So yesterday I do some arms, right?
Okay.
So this has been bothering me all night, and I still haven't talked to him today to tell him. So I'm standing there just kind of dribbling before practice or whatever. And Lieberman's like, now remember, I just full arm pump, right?
Mm-hmm.
Lieberman's like, go ahead, take a shot. See what you got. I'm like, okay. Marcus, as I was raising up for the shot, I'm like, I can't feel the ball. Yeah, you know what I mean? And it's like, oh, dear God. I shot it. Great form. Perfect. You're like, it hit the side of the backboard in the corner. I was in the corner, right? It hit the side of the backboard. No. I was like, and look, and then he was like, oh, I don't even care where it landed. He's like, that's good form. He's like, that's all I was looking for. And I'm like, what? And then he just walked.
Did you pull a Terry Rozier?
Leaves.
Did you pull a Terry Rozier?
I should have, because I was like, Leaves, come on, man. Like, don't give me that. Don't give me that.
Don't
like,
give me that,
hey,
coach.
That's good form, bud.
Good shot, Johnny.
And I was like, no, coach.
That's
like,
unacceptable.
Yeah, I was like, coach, my tries, man.
Do you know?
My tries.
Do you know what we mean with it by Terry Rozier?
I don't by Terry Rozier, but I can
listen
for a little bit.
Allegedly, Terry Rozier stunk it up in his workout with the Boston Celtics, right?
Oh, okay.
And his they had been working him really, really hard. He did a shooting drill. He stunk it up. They're like, okay, you tired, end of the show. Terry Rozier, no, we're doing this again. To the Celtics, no, we're doing this drill again, because that's not me.
Yeah.
Right? I need Steve to know.
Yeah,
Steve
I know. I'm gonna be like,
Lieberman just laughing. He went and laughed.
Yeah, I guarantee it. I guarantee he was like, this dude don't know anything. He said, he's a wrap.
He's fooled us.
Yeah, look, he's gonna bring two other coaches on and be like, oh, what are they for? He's gonna be like, well, you're just gonna be like our like he told Drew the other day. He was like, well, Drew, you could be a general manager. And it was like, oh.
Yeah, that's just a name we use for the most important person.
Yeah. The most important job, Steve, is that you make sure that those guys have water. I'm like, Leaves, I've been in teams. So I know you're making me the water boy.
He's gonna pull the Kelsey. It's like, no, we're 23 strong.
Yeah, like what are we doing here?
Yeah, no, you don't matter.
Yeah, he's like the power of 6.
Yeah, right.
I'm like, what? So this is Betty Johnson Chad. Said, Steve, we got to stop drinking sodas. They're not good for us. And he says, leave my fellow St. X alum Chase alone. So Betty Johnson Chad is a St. X alum. He says, I have a gallon jug of water that I take with me almost every day.
And he's jacked, isn't he?
Yeah, to say the least. He don't count. Yeah.
He don't count.
But okay, now, Chad, imagine that you take that gallon of water and you pour it in a thermos, and then you take the water out of your thermos and pour it in your little cap and drink the little cap water.
One at a time.
Yeah.
It's not that. It's not little. I kind of feel like I've said that before. All right.
Yeah, I know, yeah. And that's why he's single.
Yeah.
So here we go.
We're just unknown today. Okay, so point being, you are going to distance yourself.
Yeah.
From the
it's time to get fully right, man.
What's the next bad habit you're going to give up, Chase?
Oh God.
That you're really, what's the closest one that you're serious to doing?
And let me give credit really quick before you're thinking. Let me give credit too, because with Tri-State Men's Health on that semaglutide, I'm really not craving sodas the way I was too.
Just doing it.
So it has kind of helped me a little bit, because I'm like, I don't really need, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really don't need the sodas. And I'm like, when I drink them, I just kind of feel like it's like it's almost like that semaglutide is like turned on my body's filters of like, okay, now you're gonna feel this going down your system,
right?
Because like I'll drink a soda and I'm like, oh, stomach, dude. It's like, yeah, that's acid. It's burning you in the inside of your stomach.
You know, actually, I had that moment yesterday.
Okay.
Of course, you and I, we back and forth about all the bad, little things we need to, clean up on. Just like, I don't need that bread, that extra bread. I don't need that. And, just like, we know that. Well, you know that. I know that. We all know that. We're educated enough to know what's good and bad. But we have to fight our urges, right? I actually had that moment, and you're going to laugh at what I tell you about what gave me the moment.
Okay.
Last night. Having a good time. I'm just imagine I'm having a great evening, right? You don't even have to go down to the imagination.
Yeah, just she's over there,
whatever. I mean, it's whatever, maybe pigtails, whatever, just saying,
I would say that's deliberate.
So listen, my cocktail was delicious, but I was right there.
Oh, yeah.
And then I was like, Marcus, you don't need another one.
Yeah.
Right? And I was like, but Marcus, another one would just be right. Nice.
Oh, yeah.
You get ready to it's evening.
Set it off.
You don't have to go anywhere. Your food's made. If you want to snack, everything's perfect.
Let's go.
And I said, you know what? I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done. I don't want that extra. And I was so proud of myself.
Yeah.
And I had a little portion of my food, and it was just like one battle at a time, Marcus.
Yeah.
And I won that battle. And I felt like that battle is going to help propel me into some of my other little bad habits.
Yeah.
Kind of increase the good ones.
That's how you get it. So what about you, Chase? You got one before we get into Louisville sports?
I mean, I'm not going to try to kid myself and say that I'm going to stop drinking beer. So it's like,
okay.
It's good for you. I don't know. I think I should stop eating like.
Tastes like I don't have bad habits. Okay.
I should stop eating pizza. Well, I do. I just know that I'm not going to stop doing a lot of them. But probably should stop eating pizza from the radio station on lunch. But that's not going to stop.
He makes me sick.
You're not going to make it in this job, Chase.
Listen,
this moment right there. It's Friday.
I know, and I'm going to eat it probably.
I know.
But I should stop.
We're going to lose the contract.
Yeah, I know. Look, he picked Barano's Day to be like, well, you probably shouldn't eat pizza for lunch.
I shouldn't.
George's like, hey, thanks, Chase.
But I'm going to anyway because it's so good.
Because it's Barano's pizza. It's that good.
Chase is going to be the official spokesperson for Barano's Pizza moving forward.
I love it.
So where are we at?
When you look like Chase, though, you can say,
yeah, you're right. Right.
Probably not going to.
Yeah, people, keep in mind, we're talking to Chase, and he's, like I said, life has not begun to affect Chase whatsoever.
Yeah. Father Time has not started to destroy Chase's body.
Listen, how
old are you, Chase?
23.
Okay.
Fair enough. Look, I saw just scrolling, and I hope I said, oh gosh darn it. Steve.
Yeah.
All the things said is people over 40 at the gym today. And it was just like, my body hurts.
Yeah.
And it was something like that. And it's just, it was on repeat.
Listen, I'm over in Mount Washington, as we know, which we did decide we're going to stick it out over there. I think we're going to stay planted there for a little bit. So, a lot of times, listen. Johnny Cash. Do you know that's a 9 Inch Nails song, by the way?
Who stole it?
Johnny Cash.
Nah, I know.
Yeah. but listen,
that's what that is.
I go over to the Shepherdsville. Sometimes I'm like, I shout out to Rick Keeber and them. Planet Fitness, it's just the best deal around. It's like I can tan and everything there for like $25. Like so,
Just
I
tan
go
laundry.
over there. Imagine the Shepherdsville Planet Fitness at about 1:30, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. It's just all of us, and I say all of us olds in the gym. Just you hear sounds in the gym. It's like
It's funny you say that. Whew. Listen, I'm about 10 days away from saying, hey, if we're this, I told anybody who I'm talking to the phone, hey, if you ever hear me getting out the car, making a noise, correct me on it.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, Mark, you got to stop making that noise. Because psychologically, you making that noise,
just getting up.
Yeah, you making that noise is making you weaker.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because I just heard myself going,
yeah.
I was like, Marcus, you don't need, because this is what happened. Of course, look, I'm getting out my car and I see some people who I don't want to look weak in front of.
Mm-hmm.
And I just boom, 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 boom. Mm-hmm. But when nobody's looking, I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like, stop doing that, Marcus.
How about me pulling up on, like I walk up on Marcus at a place we frequent together, and there was a lot of people walking by, and it was a grocery store. So like he's getting out, and there were people walking by, and I looked at him and I was like, "He's fine. Don't look at him. He's fine.
That really happened.
Fine.
I didn't see.
Keep moving.
Listen, I didn't see Steve, and you know, and here's the problem.
Look, I was like, I walked by and there's these two ladies were mortified because I walked by and I was like, look at you parking in the front, getting all this attention. I'm like you couldn't.
He really
said
you
couldn't
that
bring yourself
in
back
public
from a normal parking spot. And they're like, I was like, I know.
No, and here's the thing, Chase. This is like he knows this. I really don't like when I'm just gonna say this, being honest, people. I'm not being mean. Please don't take it mean. Mm-hmm. I hate when feeble-looking people try to help me.
You're like, if I fell out of this car, you could do nothing but go get help.
You can do. What do you think you're gonna do? I appreciate you offering to help me. There's zero you can do that. I'm gonna have to help you.
Could Pat Kelsey pick you up off the ground?
Did you hear when he said that he can do more pull-ups than any other coach in America?
Well, because this is going to be a blind spot with me and Pat. Coach PK.
Okay.
I'm trying to see what feels right. Coach Kells. It's going to be a blind spot with me and.
Okay, we all got him.
Patty Pat. Okay, regardless. I'm going to work on it.
Hey, well, if you want to be a loser, go ahead.
Yeah. You're like, yeah, I do.
Yeah, I'll have
The only time I ever went full prima donna was hand cleans. I was like, I'm not doing this. These hurt my wrist.
I did that multiple times.
Yeah, I was like, these hurt my wrist. I'm
Deadlift.
not doing this.
It hurts my back.
squat.
I'm done
Yeah,
with it.
yeah. Squat, deadlift. Coach.
Now, see, I love like those I was fine
Mhm.
with. But just hand cleans, I was like, I'm not doing these.
Listen, Coach Gannon was like, "Well, if it hurts your back, you're doing it wrong. Get back in."
Oh my God.
I'm like, listen, I'm doing it right.
I would just, statute limitations are over. I just write a number down. I was like, I'm not doing this.
That's what that line, and if it hurts your back, then you've got too much weight on there. I'm like, I swear to God, I have 5 pounds on each side. It still hurts me.
Yeah,
I don't know what to tell you.
I'm not even doing a push-up, coach.
Yeah.
I just can't.
It still hurts.
Yeah, hand cleans. I was like, they're like, yeah, you pull them, then you jump,
Yeah,
and you end up under you in your wrist. I was like, I'm not doing that.
listen. I was under my breath, probably saying to Gannon, like, when was the last time you ever dunked?
Yeah.
Yeah, what would you know about?
Yeah, what do you know about
Yeah,
that?
what would you know about having a body like this, Coach? Yeah, I started turning to that guy under my breath, of course.
Yeah,
Okay,
Jarbo said, I said, Jeremiah, he said, yeah, he had T-Rex arms. Too.
Yeah, right.
I was like, yeah,
It's
dude.
like Alex Sanders.
We'd all be like, what are you doing?
Everybody knows Alex Sanders.
Yeah.
It's like you got alligator arms and diesel chest. Of course,
Yes.
yeah. Of course, we're just built different. It's cheating. But that sounds like such a loser, whiny thing.
And look, I can't wait now, man, till we get these. No, I got these the high school kids, basketball kids. Now I'm going to be in the gym. Like, son, if you can't do that, then you're never going to make it.
You're not going to do that.
Oh yeah, I'm going to be a weight room guy.
Are you going to be one of those like dose of reality?
Yeah. No, I don't think I'm going to be the mean coach. I'm finding my path.
Listen, if you come in, Chase, you warn Steve right now. If he comes in here talking about Liddy this and
I'm gonna be like, so the kids were risen yesterday.
Yeah, God, don't do that.
Yeah, I'm like, dude.
If you turn into he got motion this and and Riz and,
Riz, Sigma, all that stuff. I
Yeah.
hear it
What's Sigma?
every day. I don't know, but they say it.
Elijah says a lot of.
you know what Sigma is?
I'm listening.
Well, actually, what is it though? Because
This is how it went.
Because you got to understand, Elijah made 3 delegation friends this year. So Elijah is a totally different human being now.
King of slang.
Yeah. I'm like, what happened to
No,
you?
it went from, you remember like Kwame Brown saying, I'm an alpha male, you a beta male. And then somebody went into their dictionary and found out what can be better than an alpha male. And then they brought up Sigma. And it's like, oh, it's a combination of all. It's just like, oh, God.
Yeah.
Is that what we're doing now? Damn kids. Don't bring that stuff in here, Steve.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I don't know how it's going to affect me.
That is true. It'll keep you younger, though. Guaranteed. I'd say what? Good segment, first Freestyle Friday.
Yeah, let's get back, man. Talk a little.
Ooh, I want my reparations from the NCAA right now, damn it.
Right.
93 on the bill.
Don't sweat a swing and miss thanks to insurance tokens from BetMGM. Add an MLB wager to your bet slip and activate your bet insurance token. If your bet with the token applied doesn't hit, you'll get your stake back in bonus bets up to a specified maximum amount. That's another chance to step up to the plate and bet on the action out there on the diamond. Baseball is America's national pastime, and BetMGM's favorite pastime is making the sport even more amazing for fans. Whether you want to bet on a no-run first inning, try a signature bet, or take a home run prop, BetMGM has a loaded lineup for all 9 innings all season long. Go to your BetMGM account today to claim your bet insurance token and get your stake back in bonus bets if your MLB wager using the token doesn't win. Only at BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks and official sports betting partner of MLB. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only, Kentucky only. Existing customer offer, subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards are non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire in 7 days. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Over the river and through the woods to grandmother's house to see a kosher that's food for the entire crew, and they call it good gravy.
Good Gravy, the new family roller coaster at Holiday World and Splash and Safari. Twist and turn past a gigantic rolling pin, milk bottle, and more in a race to save Thanksgiving dinner. First forwards, then backwards. It's fun with a little gravy on.
Company.
before we go any further, I want to take a second to remind everybody that temperature control is and always will be one of the most valuable resources one could have. If you agree with that sentiment, then DFH Company is most certainly the company for you. Simply dial 968-6222, or you can look them up online at dfhcompany.com. Make sure you look into the Mitsubishi Mini Split, like the one we use here at the 93.9 Studios for that hard to heat, hard to cool room in your home. Again, 968-6222, or look them up online at dfhcompany.com. Of course, everybody knows there's certain news we got to get to. Thank you, text line and YouTube for bearing with us. But I want to give one more shout out. The final broadcast of Fred Cowgill on WLKY will be tonight at 6:20 p.m. Roughly, I believe. So just want to say, congrats and Godspeed, Fred Cowgill. Probably get that extra golf time in now. It's probably long overdue. Again, he's like I said, the fact that this man was covering my games when I got here is just the perspective is something crazy about all the events he's been through. So yeah, just definitely want to give him a shout out. I'm sure he'll still be jumping on with Bob once a week or something.
I would imagine.
Like to think so.
I would imagine you'll still be
this drug. You don't just detox from this drug like that.
hearing from Fred, I would imagine.
Yeah. Right. So yeah, shout out. One more, baseball, 3:00. Good luck, Coach McDonald. We'll go ahead and close it out against Clemson. So want to give that one more shout out. So here it is, Steve. 10 years. The NCAA is going to make it right.
Well, how about that?
Have you detailed the story, the NCAA story?
I have not.
Or not really?
Absolutely not.
Okay, like outside. Okay, not at all.
Not at all.
Okay, great. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I kind of drug you into that one without giving a. It actually broke late last night, so
okay.
It makes sense that you wouldn't have been on the radar. Steve. I just have to read some of this stuff to you. I'm gonna start off with the title.
Okay.
You stop me whenever. This is per ESPN.
Okay.
I'm gonna be doing some reading, so people, if you mind.
It's like going to a church service when pastor's like, we got a lot of scripture today. It's like, oh God, I'm just going to read for 2 hours.
We got a lot of scripture today, Steve.
Yeah.
NCAA. Steve, I need you to pay attention to this one.
I'm paying attention.
Don't do origami when I'm reading.
No, listen, I spilled some drink. I got it. All I had was this paper.
NCAA. Listen, and this came across last night. Like, if you turn around, you see.
Yeah.
When you see those labels like that, this is a deal.
Right.
NCAA Power 5 agreed to deal that will let schools pay players. How it starts, Steve.
Mm-hmm.
The NCAA and its 5 power conferences have agreed to allow schools to directly pay players for the first time in the 100-plus year history of college sports.
Goose.
Okay. The NCAA and its leagues are moving forward with a multi-billion-dollar agreement to settle 3 pending federal antitrust cases. The NCAA will pay more than $2.7 billion in damages over 10 years to past and current athletes. Sources told ESPN. Sources said the parties also have agreed to a revenue-sharing plan allowing each school to share up to roughly $20 million per year with athletes.
Well, they would owe Louisville a lot of back pay. So I feel like $1 billion of that should come our way.
The Louisville reparations section should have its own clauses.
Chase, do you know they said 10 years? Who was the champion 11 years ago?
Louisville.
Yeah. It's a convenient stopping point.
Wait a minute. I don't want to make it wrong. Are they saying when they say past or they say 10 years, They're saying over the next 10 years, then maybe.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, the payments are for 2016 athletes and beyond.
Okay.
So
Well, it still don't
it's
matter.
over 10 years. Over 10 years.
2060, right when Damian Lee
Yeah, I know. My God.
go.
Um,
Right when we got Rick out there is when we're gonna start.
yeah. Like, are you kidding me?
It's just, you can't make that up. Let me keep going a little bit. Hold on. Tap dance for about.
So
10
what
seconds.
exactly? Okay, explain it to me like I'm 5. Okay, let's do
I
the
got
Michael Scott. Like, what exactly are they kind of talking about here?
Steve, they're facing, the NCAA has been facing huge antitrust lawsuits.
Yeah.
And antitrust lawsuits is like you've had a monopoly, and you've basically you've abused the monopoly by saying, not only do we control all the money, you can't make money anywhere, any other way. But regular students can make money, but you athletes cannot make money. It means you have a monopoly.
Yeah.
You're controlling all. I can't market myself any kind of way.
Sure.
I can't. And the NCAA is the only route because you wouldn't let kids go straight to the pros.
Mm-hmm.
You've provided an environment of non-competition is what the lawsuits have been accused in the NCAA of, right?
Okay.
We've known that.
Yeah.
They're gonna lose. The NCAA knows they're gonna lose
Yeah.
this. So now they got the Power 5 to agree to basically a buyout, a payoff. The Power 5 is like, okay, well, you throw us $2.6 billion over the next 10 years.
10 years.
Yeah, and we'll get all our student athletes who have played for these Power 5s to basically, we're gonna waive the rights for any of our former players to sue you.
Okay.
NCAA is like, well, $2.6 billion, that's it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because listen, if they don't
Where does that money go though? Like, so it just goes to the schools, and the schools can pay for
the
new players?
listen, the schools
Right.
can't, they're saying will be able, but you know how it starts looking. They throw these numbers out at you, but when you look at a university's budget,
Yeah.
you're like, what are we doing here? You
Yeah,
know?
that's why I'm like, I don't know if they're gonna do that. And then, like, I mean, and regardless,
And you're still taking away the individual athletes. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Yeah. It's like, we'll put that one out, and then we'll, you won't see the underhook coming.
Right.
You know.
Okay, well, let me ask you this then. Does that, Chase, you can jump in on this too, does that almost stop conference realignment to an extent? If it's like, well, okay, these big payouts are coming.
It means you're still under the umbrella of the NCAA if you would make this agreement.
Yeah, because just the other day I read an article where they were like, North Carolina basically guarantee has a spot in the SEC if they go in realignment. It was like, okay, because the ACC to me is the one, and kudos to the Big 12, because the ACC has now become the one that if it starts disbanding, it's going to go to part. Like, it's going to, I think guys are just going to start. I think Louisville's going to jump to the Big 12, North Carolina, Clemson going to go to the SEC or whatever, Florida State to the Big 10. It's going to be like boom, 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 boom. Teams are everywhere. Teams are going back to the Big East, whatever it is. So it's like, does this maybe hold it together a little bit?
Again, I think it holds it under the it's a binding agreement for a lot of money.
Okay.
Which means we're both invested in keeping like when you read the article, you see a lot of verbiage about kind of the institution, maintaining the institution, the glorious institution that is college, amateurism, without using the word amateurism, but still saying we're gonna keep, controlling. And again, I love the NCAA.
Let me stop you there because I'm with you. I don't really want the NCAA to break up. I feel like it would just be so different. It would feel like a whole new product.
Right.
Like you XFL.
Yes. I want the NCAA to stay together. As pissy as I get at them, and as much as I feel like they have been a detriment. There he goes. Y'all hear that? You hear that? That was good. I wanted to get that on air.
I got it.
He hates when I stop when he coughs. Like, everybody listening? This is what I got to deal with. All right. No,
I didn't mean to interrupt.
No. You were fine. But I want things that are going to keep, because I don't want the tournament to go away. I mean, even because you know what I'm saying? Even if it's
I don't want a new version of the tournament.
Version that's all power schools and stuff.
Mhm.
But that's
Because all your records die.
Yeah.
All your records die. It's
now I will say the playoff,
but I'm still gonna complain every day about it.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Oh no, absolutely.
Like I'm going to enjoy it. Like you don't get away with victimizing my program for the last however many years and then try to change the name of the NCAA. It's like, no, we're going to keep this.
Okay, but here's my other thing. I mean, well, because like college football has already basically went away from the NCAA. Because like you watch the playoffs and the bowls, like they're not in. You won't see NCAA stuff anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
They're because most people don't even realize that. You know what I'm saying?
They're separated.
I know.
They're not NCAA sanctioned events.
Yep.
Like that's why they can sell the playoffs, sell the national title game to whoever. Yep. Yeah, like those are the NCAA recognizes the AP national champion, which essentially is going to always be the team that wins the playoff. You know, that's why there was some argument. What was it?
Miami
this year?
I think something back in the day.
No, there was just here recently. There was a situation.
UCF?
No. Yeah, but it was even more recent than that, where they were like, well, you could make that. Was it? Maybe it was Michigan. If they were saying Michigan would be banned or something, I can't remember what it was. But point being, I'm okay with that because the bowl structure's always felt like the bowl structure.
Mm-hmm.
But if this is something that keeps and I know and Marcus, I know it drives you nuts when I do this because but I think you agree, even though it drives you nuts. I'm like, you really caused Louisville a lot of issue. But now I'm almost like, but if we're done, we're done.
That's always kind of my position. I'm not mad.
I know.
When I'm past
but it should be. Yeah, because when people are like, "Oh, well, Louisville got off easy," and I'm like, "Got off easy." When I saw people who were like, "Oh, Louisville didn't get any."
The actual punishment wasn't the punishment.
No, I mean, because what would have been a big deal, honestly, Chase, if last year when that punishment would have came out, they'd have been like, "Well, you're banned from a tournament." Mm-hmm. Been like, "Whoa, Louisville got a 1-year ban." Like, dude, after what we've been through, we don't even know how the tournament works anymore. Like it's like I've just become accustomed to March not being in the tournament.
Listen,
I laid face down on my bed for 2.5 hours when they took Damian Lee and them out of the tournament. It ripped my stomach out, man. But now I'm like, it's March. Who's Kentucky playing? Let's root against them.
I will give you one of the most underappreciated punishments that Louisville received that nobody even thought about it. Under that cloud, that thumb, right?
Uh-huh.
Just the mere idea that you could practice wrong under Chris Mack, find something, and God knows this media is the best in the world.
Oh yeah,
at finding and exaggerating an infraction and calling it death penalty. There's never been a shorter line.
Pat Forty wrote 4 articles on how Louisville was going to get the death penalty. So, yes.
There's never been a shorter line between practice with an extra player during COVID to death penalty.
Mm-hmm.
And Chris Mack, you talk about, I make this reference, the ultimate sword of Damocles. Chris Mack was on this campus with a sword right over his head every single second. You can't talk right. And if anybody ever read an NCAA, like there's supposed to be a buffer between knowing the rules, interpreting the rules. There's supposed to be a gray area where I can say, I didn't know I couldn't call him. Oh, yeah. Hey, NCAA, I called the kid. I didn't know, I couldn't talk to his cousin. I didn't know it was his cousin. Here in this media, that cousin call that you saw, that somebody saw at a Ballard game or something, that picture talking to the cousin is a legal contact with a family member. That goes from that to level 1 violation to Louisville's on a heavy probation, under investigation. That, like, imagine 3 years of that rumor about any infraction and death penalty being over your head. Imagine the reverse recruiting that Louisville was again. So Chris Mack, he had to bail on just the possibility of this getting escalated. To, like, he couldn't even fight his own case because he's like, I am in a biased courtroom. I am in a biased, situation. There's no.
They see me as Louisville, and it's like,
right.
We don't care you.
Right.
Yeah.
You're wearing. Yeah, you're just wearing a. So point being, you rattled the coach who didn't deserve to even be rattled like that. You know what I'm saying? But he couldn't. Like I said, he had to say that. Something happened. I don't know what happened. Yeah. But I got to go because this sword's coming down. And the NCAA has proven we hunt. We love to put Louisville on French Street. Yeah. There's nothing people love more. So let me keep going a little bit more.
Well, and let me say this. It's also, I know some people, you can easily go, Steve, you're pulling it there, but I think it's why he took it. It's why he recorded a guy extorted him and pulled out certain parts. Yes. Because it was like, any other time, he'd be like, shoot, listen, this is extortion. And you know what? Yeah, there are a couple violations in here, but we're going to put it anyway.
Those violations are going to be what
might be done.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's going to be the story. People are going to look past the fact that Dino Gaudio is extorting you, which is a federal crime.
Yep.
And they're going to go, oh, man, there's a couple violations in there.
Oh, no. I lived it. The video of the recruiting, the creative 30 for 30. We're oh, man, we just got a kid on campus. We're going to do a little fake, commercial for 30 for 30. And that was the story. Yeah. I mean, the Dino thing, they'll have to work out that. But it's violation. This violation could be considered, and it could be considered. And that could be considered, Cloud. But 3 years, it's like, no, that was it. Okay, the 5 autonomy conferences and the NCAA agreeing to a settlement. Agreeing to settlement terms is an important step in continuing reform of college sports that will provide benefits to student athletes and provide clarity in college athletics across all divisions for years to come, says NCAA President Charlie Baker. And the 5 power conference commissioners said in a joint statement Thursday evening. Then you start having that conversation. Okay, so is this Power 5? Are you selling out?
Yeah.
Did the Power 5 just sell out all the other universities? We're the big boys in the room. We're going to make decisions for everybody.
Now, I will say, as much as I want the NCAA to stay together, I don't mind that the Power 5 obviously gets treated a little.
As long as they're in here.
Yeah.
As long as you're not.
Well, of course, yeah. But I've earned my way in here, though. I feel like,
Right. As long as they don't CUSA you, then this.
Yeah. It's like, there's a reason, because, really now, outside, there's really not many teams outside of there now, especially with like UCF and those moving to the Big 12. So
this settlement is also a roadmap for college sports leaders and Congress to ensure this uniquely American institution can continue to provide unmatched opportunity for millions of students. All of divisions. I think they made a mistake there. Today's progress has made today's progress possible. And we'll have to work to implement the terms of the agreement as the legal process continues. We look forward to working with our various student-athlete leadership groups to write the next chapter of college sports. People in the room, they're like I said, NCAA is making their last-ditch effort to try to put some of the toothpaste back in.
Well, because the NCAA also knows they'll never be in power again.
Yeah.
Like a bigger dog has taken your power from you, and it's like now you just want to keep your name on stuff at this point. It's like, this is what we got,
Keep your name on things and realize that not only keep your name on things, but realize that there's still going to be a lot of money coming through here.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been a virtual, financial, unstoppable faucet.
Mm-hmm.
Has been the NCAA, a money faucet, a
Yeah.
money pipeline. And they just want to keep their cut off the books.
Mm-hmm.
If you just already agreeing to 2-point-something billion and you're just like, cool, and nobody's heard about the negotiation, it's just like, we got together and made a deal. What? And we're going to get some student athletes together to make a decision for everybody. They're hoping they unionize.
Yeah.
Crazy. It's crazy. Rolling along 9 through 9 the bill.
Tech-savvy professionals delivering equipment, technology, and service for all your office, network, and print communication needs. Look no further.
Just with love for duplicator service.
High-quality office equipment, print, and IT solutions at fair and transparent pricing. That is Duplicator's commitment to you. Your tech-savvy office equipment and outsourced IT professionals can simplify your daily work process wherever you find yourself working with world-class network business machines and solutions from Rico and Savin.
For today and tomorrow.
And that commitment continues with their commercial print and mailing division, Derby City Litho. Check out the Rico Pro C7210 graphic print system providing superior color output. Duplicator Sales, Derby City Litho, Corporate Mailing Systems, Rico and Savin. Call them at 502-589-5555 or visit them online, duplicatorsales.net, or at their store, 831 East Broadway, Louisville, with offices in Elizabethtown, Lexington, Paducah.
Just with love for duplicator service.
Holiday World and Splash and Safari, our family loves you. But look, I'm trying to teach my kids there's nothing free in life. And then we get here and there's a lot that's free. Parking, sunscreen, soft drinks. We love water coasters like Mammoth, the new family coaster Good Gravy, and 500 drones lighting up the sky. But the whole ride home, all I hear is... Okay, I guess some things in life are free.
Get tickets today at holidayworld.com.
College athletics is changing, and you can impact the success of our programs in a whole new way. Directly support student athletes by becoming a member of the 502 Circle for as low as $25 per month. Join now at 502circle.com.
Wriggling through the boys to grandmother's house to see a kosher that's new for the entire crew, and they call it Good Gravy.
Good Gravy, the new family roller coaster at Holiday World and Splash and Safari. Twist and turn past a gigantic rolling pin, milk bottle, and more in a race to save Thanksgiving dinner. First forwards, then backwards. It's fun with a little gravy on top. Get tickets at holidayworld.com.
Don't sweat a swing and miss thanks to insurance tokens from BetMGM. Add an MLB wager to your bet slip and activate your bet insurance token. If your bet with the token applied doesn't hit, you'll get your stake back in bonus bets up to a specified maximum amount. That's another chance to step up to the plate and bet on the action out there on the diamond. Baseball is America's national pastime, and BetMGM's favorite pastime is making the sport even more amazing for fans. Whether you want to bet on a no-run first inning, try a signature bet, or take a home run prop, BetMGM has a loaded lineup for all 9 innings all season long. Go to your BetMGM account today to claim your bet insurance token and get your stake back in bonus bets if your MLB wager using the token doesn't win. Only at BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks and official sports betting partner of MLB. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only, Kentucky only. Existing customer offer, subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards are non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire in 7 days. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Most people don't put much thought into the value of a reliable water or sewage pump until they have to. Well, I have a team that never stops thinking about it. Kentuckiana Pump Sales. With over 35 years of experience, Kentuckiana Pump Sales, a premier Ashland pump shop, includes sump, sewage, grinder pumps, and many more to service all residential, municipal, commercial, and industrial needs. Next time you think about pumps, think Kentuckiana Pump Sales, 3303 Industrial Parkway, Jeffersonville, Indiana, or visit KentuckianaPumps.com. Your home is your fortress, and your first line of defense is your roof. So if your roof is under attack by either Mother Nature or Father Time, you should be calling Citadel Roofing and Construction. Citadel Roofing and Construction is locally owned and operated, will provide free inspections, estimates, and of course they'll work with your insurance. Did I also mention their A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau? Let Citadel Roofing and Construction protect the roof that protects you by calling 502-219-7964 today.
My house has a new glow. I love my windows. Universal Windows Direct.
Hey, Bob Valvano, call 502-487-5099 to schedule your free in-home estimate today. For every 2 windows you buy, you'll get the next 2 free. For the last windows you'll ever need, go to universalwindowsdirect.com. Like me, you'll be saying, I love my windows.
My windows, they've got that brand new home effect. Universal Windows Direct. It's that good, they're no pizza. Good taste, happy face, your place, my place. Always gonna make you happy. It's something on your face. It's that good, yes it is, and we deliver it. Taste is fun, yes it is, we guarantee it. Yeah, it's that good, they're no pizza. Yeah, it's that good.
Marty Brenneman here for Tri-State Men's Health, the leader in men's sexual health for treating erectile dysfunction and low testosterone issues. And they're the leader for a reason, because I can tell you from my own experience of being treated there, Tri-State Men's Health is top shelf. Far too many men wait to get their ED treated, but I want to tell you today that you shouldn't wait any longer. If you're suffering with ED and are like most guys, a medical team at Tri-State Men's Health will get you back on track fast. They have the experience, they have the treatment protocols, and they know what they're doing. At Tri-State Men's Health, they have ED treatments that are effective in well over 90% of men. They can even combine treatments for better results. You might even find yourself performing like you haven't in years. So make an appointment today. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. They have 6 offices in the tri-state area to serve you.
Lanning Paints is truly Louisville's hometown paint manufacturer. We create architectural coatings for homes and ship our industrial and commercial products across the United States and even across the world. I am Aaron Lanning, and I am lucky enough to work alongside my father, Nick, who is our chemist and brainchild for our local brand. He is working daily to formulate finishes and coatings that will beautify your interior walls, basement and garage floors, driveways, fences, siding, brick, and more. Visit LanningPaint.com to learn more about us or call us at 245-0630 to reach our Middletown location or 612-2138 for Dixie Highway, where we proudly offer a full array of Benjamin Moore products. Lanning Paints, painting the USA from Louisville, Kentucky since 1983.
Flowers are blooming, birds are chirping, allergies are running amok. You know what else runs amok? Crime. But here at Sonatrol, the #1 rated security company in Kentuckiana, one of our specialties is outdoor protection. With crime increasing in the summer, are you worried about criminals breaking into your parking lot, storage yard, or other fenced-in areas? We use video cameras monitored 24/7 by our trained staff to notify the police of suspicious activity. Call Sonatrol today at 502-966-8999. So while you're outside relaxing, make sure criminals aren't outside snatching.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, historic rivalries tip off with shareable bites, and every shot you take is a game winner. All season long, you're ballin' with 29-degree beer, courtside seats, and scenic views. I mean, where else can you pair wall-to-wall hoops with hard-to-find whiskey? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Stick around after the sunset. Twin Peaks is open really late. Wind down with bourbon and late night bites.
Hey guys, this is Jeff Yoakum at Thrive Men's Counseling. Men often consider therapy when stress, anxiety, depression, or relationship problems are making life tough. But guys tend to avoid therapy because they worry about being misunderstood or judged by their therapist. At Thrive, you'll see a male therapist with the clinical and life experience to understand you and your challenges. To schedule a free phone consultation, call 329-8934 or visit thrive502.com. That's 329-8934 or thrive502.com.
Well, man, I never
Not 100 days. Because, I mean, once you get to, here's my thing. Once all the recruiting and everything's done and baseball's essentially done now.
They missed all that.
It's like.
I left it on mute.
Oh,
it's
see?
your fault, Chase.
Oh, poor guy.
You're the mute guy.
That is my fault.
But yeah, you get to June and it's like, oh, there's really no basketball going on, and there's no football going on, and there's no baseball going on, and
the Reds suck.
The Reds suck. Go figure.
Well, let's see if we know somebody who can get us into some summer workouts or something.
I mean, maybe there's some recruiting going on. There's some recruiting going on.
And I got to get in the workouts, Playboy.
Yeah, I agree. Well, look, as soon as those guys get into town and start going over to Shoot 360, Peyton, you call us and let us know. We'll come over and watch them. But yeah, it's just, and then you hit July 4th and you get July 4th weekend, which is a blast, like we're partying, we're celebrating, we're shooting off fireworks, we're drinking, everything's a great time. And then it's like, okay, now we're right around the corner from TBT.
What's up, Four Finger?
Huh?
Are you gonna be ready for
Oh, Four Fingers? Oh, yeah. Look, I'll be chatting with them soon. So they'll get us right.
Let's go.
Yeah. But it's all that fun stuff starts going on, and then it's like, okay,
this
now
is where you earn your money, Steve.
And look, I can do radio. I'm not worried about that. It's boring.
Listen,
I leave here and go home, and I'm like, oh, what do I do now?
Oh, okay, well, we'll do Summer Radio 101, Chase.
What do I do now?
Let's do it.
Listen, I took Mark Blakenbaker.
Cut my own grass.
I took Mark Blakenbaker off of a list today. I removed him because I watched him turn into Marcus Blakenbaker. Right before this show started. You want to know what happened?
I'm listening.
Mark Blakenbaker, I could hear it in his tone. Somebody stole my chair, right? I could hear it. And he wasn't happy about that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of looked, and I knew there was an extra chair in here, right? And I was assuming that's what he was talking about. I put that chair in the studio because I seen Diener's chair was there, whatever. He was pissed, right? And then you know what he started saying? He started saying, I want to buy myself a nice chair, but somebody's going to take it.
Yeah, and they're going to mess it up.
Yeah,
not only are they going to take it, they're going to ruin it.
I know. And here's the thing. When he said that, I could, you ever hear somebody talk and you just hear that little bit of crackle in their voice?
Yeah.
And it's like, you meant that.
Yeah.
And the fact that you meant that, I can relate to what you're saying, because it's like a golfer who cheats, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know what golfers will do to a cheating golfer? It's like,
oh yeah.
You're never allowed to come in. Like,
ever.
That's how I feel like this place is going to have to
cards and golf are the two things.
Oh my God.
You're not allowed to cheat.
You can't cheat.
Yeah, it's like, dude, this is a circle of trust.
You steal money from the Monopoly Bank when I go to the bath, like you.
To me now, Monopoly is by any means necessary.
You see what I'm saying? What a hypocrite, Steve. Listen.
Oh, okay. So if the world shut down for a day and everybody left and they left the doors of the banks open,
you should have prepared.
You wouldn't go in and grab some money?
You should. Problem is, the world didn't shut down. Your opponent just went to the bathroom. Tomato.
Listen, Monopoly world shut down.
Listen. I encourage Blakenbaker. Like, I want him to take on this challenge. Like, I literally want him. Listen, his desk is at the end. There is no excuse other than you stealing from him. If you go, Mark, I encourage you to go buy yourself a lovely chair. And I encourage you, because here's the thing I'll put too. Who's the jerk if he puts, don't touch my chair? The person who touches it?
No.
Or Mark?
No, not Mark.
Right. But I shouldn't have to, but I don't even want my chair to look, I want my chair to look like King James in that commercial. You remember the LeBron commercial when Scott Van Pelt took his commercial?
He's like, you sure you didn't take my chair?
Like, nope. No, LeBron. No. But like, seriously, his chair is that means you would have to go past every single chair in here to sit in his chair. And it's like, no, I'm like, get that chair. Get that chair because you spend you want the only people that's sitting in here all the time, like working 2 jobs. Bless you.
Thank you.
Working 2 jobs. I'm like, no, get that chair. Tell everybody don't touch my chair.
Yep.
And then say, hey, one time, don't touch my chair. And if it turns into, if it escalates into anything, it should escalate to something.
Right.
Like, look, and then tell him, actually, you know what he should do? He should do the bait chair.
That would be funny. And like leave the screws out of it.
Yeah.
Somebody just sits down, the whole thing falls out.
Or you seen the one where the bicycle seat.
Oh, yeah. That's a little much. That's a little much.
Don't touch my chair.
Yeah.
Don't touch my chair.
Sit down and get probed.
If you get probed, you had it coming.
Yep.
Right.
Dogs all day.
Right. But yeah, point being, I didn't like that he could not upgrade.
No, that's fair.
Yeah, his environment.
That's sad.
Because
I agree.
Yeah, because he's worried about somebody, infringing on his office rights. It's like,
no, I'm with you on that.
Yeah. So I was like, yeah, Mark, go do that.
Anyways, thanks for the headphones, Spencer. Appreciate you let me use your headphones.
Jason stole headphones.
Nick actually uses these now too. So,
but do you have
Nick Spencer?
Do you have is that like a gentleman's agreement that
yeah, I mean it's the station bought the headphones, so it's technically not. He did not buy them.
Oh,
so what are you talking about?
But they were his, and when I got here, James was like, "Here, just use Spencer's." I was like, "Okay."
Oh yeah. Well, never mind then. Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, if that's the product of the company,
yeah, that don't count.
Well, that's the thing. If Mark buys his own chair, yeah, he definitely.
Very good.
Nobody should touch that. Yeah.
Are there any good AAU basketball events in June? I might go travel and watch an AAU event. Somebody said I'm the bag man. Not the bag man. I don't have enough money to be the bag man. Price for kids these days. Could have been a bag man 40 years ago, 30 years ago. But
listen, how many?
Let me know if it's some good AAU. I have to look.
How many bag men have ran off with the bag?
Oh, gosh. It's like telling.
How many bag men? Okay, let's just say this.
The only ones that didn't get in trouble in the FBI case were the ones that ran off with the bag. Because technically, they just kept the money. I mean, now they probably had somebody coming after them at that point, because now we know
that's what I'm asking you.
Who kept the money.
Okay, what amount? What's the line that people would start running off of the bag? What a money amount?
Who had it worse than the FBI case? Was it the people that got caught, or the people that was like, oh, well, those guys didn't get caught because, that guy, because Chase Schulten and Steve Rummage kept the bag. It's like, no, don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that.
No, I didn't.
Yeah. No, take me to jail. I gave it to that player. Yeah.
I had to spend it on my car. We hit it.
That sounds like a real story. Something happened, man?
No.
Ooh.
I wish I was a bag man.
How many people ran off, like just literally didn't show back up, Steve?
Oh, God.
And just relocated.
Yeah, just cool, I'm out. Because, I mean, what could you really do? I mean, there's a famous story of Julius Randle. I mean, it's over now, but there's a famous story of Julius Randle that Julius Randle went to Kansas.
Yes.
Took so many thousand from Kansas, went to Kentucky, committed to Kentucky, took money from Kentucky, and was like, Kansas like, we want our money back. He's like, oh, no. Well, tell on me.
No.
Well, okay. And it's my money now. What's Kansas going to do? Like, no, we gave him money. And he didn't come here. And Kentucky was going to be like, well, we didn't give him any money. That's terrible.
So Julius Randle said, it's like it's both of ours. We'll just keep it at my
Yeah. That's my money now, punk. What y'all going to do?
Or
go ahead, make a news story out of it. Which is brilliant.
Which one's tougher? That one or Bam Adebayo.
Yeah, just bad loan. It was it Staples.
He just
Andy
ended up,
Miller.
Andy Miller. Yeah, he ended up just going with somebody else or saying, "Yeah, you weren't supposed to give me any money anyway." So
yeah,
they'll take your license.
What about the poor guy that got the job? I ain't gonna say his name because he's still training around here. But the guy that got the job for Marcus Teague at Louisville, and then Marcus Teague went to Kentucky, and it was like, oh, that guy's getting fired.
I don't remember that.
Oh, you don't remember that?
No.
I'll tell you his name. I'm not gonna say his name on here because, like I said, he's still training. I know people he trains. He's a good trainer.
Okay.
You know, not here in the city or anything. But he was gonna take was gonna take Marcus Teague, and everybody was like, Marcus Teague's going to Louisville. I mean, there's no doubt. They've been a favorite for a long time.
And somebody got a job.
Let me take this moment to say I'm so freaking happy Calipari's not at Kentucky's. But regardless, he is Louisville, then they're like, oh well, this guy's getting a job at Louisville now. And it was like, okay, but hey, you get Marcus Teague, it's not bad.
Worth it, yeah.
And then it was like Marcus Teague went to Kentucky, and it was like 3 weeks later, it was like, yeah, actually he's not getting a job at Louisville. Sorry.
Abbey Road on the River.
Yeah, well, okay, so what's up with that? You've got 2 tickets there to Abbey Road on the River. You didn't strike me as a Beatles guy, but I'm curious what's going on here with this.
General admission, complimentary ticket.
You a Beatles guy? Favorite Beatles song?
That's funny. I don't have one on demand.
Okay.
Right.
Well, that's kind of sad. I mean, it is Beatles.
But
Now I'm getting defensive.
Here's the problem.
That's probably mine.
You just picked the perfect time to ask me that when I was just like so out of touch with Beatles, anything. Yeah, it's like
here comes the sun.
Comes the sun.
Yeah, now the Beatles.
But look, I'm trying to teach my kids there's nothing free in life. And then we get here and there's a lot that's free. Parking, sunscreen, soft drinks. We love water coasters like Mammoth, the new family coaster, Good Gravy, and 500 drones lighting up the sky. But the whole ride home, all I hear is... Okay, I guess some things in life are free.
Get tickets today at holidayworld.com.
your home is your fortress, and your first line of defense is your roof. So if your roof is under attack by either Mother Nature or Father Time, you should be calling Citadel Roofing and Construction. Citadel Roofing and Construction is locally owned and operated will provide free inspections, estimates, and of course they'll work with your insurance. Did I also mention their A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau? Let Citadel Roofing and Construction protect the roof that protects you by calling 502-219-7964 today.
Don't sweat a swing and miss thanks to insurance tokens from BetMGM. Add an MLB wager to your bet slip and activate your bet insurance token. If your bet with the token applied doesn't hit, you'll get your stake back in bonus bets up to a specified maximum amount. That's another chance to step up to the plate and bet on the action out there on the diamond. Baseball is America's national pastime, and BetMGM's favorite pastime is making the sport even more amazing for fans. Whether you want to bet on a no-run first inning, try a signature bet, or take a home run prop, BetMGM has a loaded lineup for all 9 innings all season long. Go to your BetMGM account today to claim your bet insurance token and get your stake back in bonus bets if your MLB wager using the token doesn't win. Only at BetMGM, the king of sportsbooks and official sports betting partner of MLB. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only, Kentucky only. Existing customer offer, subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards are non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire in 7 days. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, Cards fans. Do you or a loved one suffer from gout? Gout is a very painful form of arthritis that can also lead to kidney and heart disease. I bet you didn't know there's now a Gout Center of Excellence right here in Louisville. They use the most up-to-date clinical guidelines and FDA-approved treatments to get you relief fast. If you have gout, be sure to call the Gout Center of Excellence at 502-719-2472 or visit them online at ralouisville.com. And be sure to tell them Marcus sent you.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, historic rivalries tip off with shareable bites, and every shot you take is a game winner. All season long, you're ballin' with 29-degree beer, courtside seats, and scenic views. I mean, where else can you pair wall-to-wall hoops with hard-to-find whiskey? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Stick around after the sun sets. Twin Peaks is open really late. Wind down with bourbon and late-night bites.
Flowers are blooming, birds are chirping, allergies are running amok. You know what else runs amok? Crime. But here at Sonatrol, the #1 rated security company in Kentuckiana, one of our specialties is outdoor protection. With crime increasing in the summer, are you worried about criminals breaking into your parking lot, storage yard, or other fenced-in areas? We use video cameras monitored 24/7 by our trained staff to notify the police of suspicious activity. Call Sonatrol today at 502-966-8999. So while you're outside relaxing, make sure criminals aren't outside snatching.
Hey guys, this is Jeff Yoakum at Thrive Men's Counseling. Men often consider therapy when stress, anxiety, depression, or relationship problems are making life tough. But guys tend to avoid therapy because they worry about being misunderstood or judged by their therapist. At Thrive, you'll see a male therapist with the clinical and life experience to understand you and your challenges. To schedule a free phone consultation, call 329-8934 or visit thrive502.com. That's 329-8934 or thrive502.com.
Marty Brenneman here for Tri-State Men's Health, the leader in men's sexual health for treating erectile dysfunction and low testosterone issues. And they're the leader for a reason, because I can tell you from my own experience of being treated there, Tri-State Men's Health is top shelf. Far too many men wait to get their ED treated. But I want to tell you today that you shouldn't wait any longer. If you're suffering with ED and are like most guys, a medical team at Tri-State Men's Health will get you back on track fast. They have the experience, they have the treatment protocols, and they know what they're doing. At Tri-State Men's Health, they have ED treatments that are effective in well over 90% of men. They can even combine treatments for better results. You might even find yourself performing like you haven't in years. So make an appointment today. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. They have 6 offices in the tri-state area to serve you.
When it's time to replace your heating and air system, we know people want options. That's why you'll always get a free second opinion with BJ Heating and Cooling. Plus, for a limited time, get up to $750 off a new Bryant system.
Call the experts you can trust at BJ Heating and Cooling.
When it's time to replace your heating and air system, we know people want options. That's why you'll always get a free second opinion with BJ Heating and Cooling. Plus, for a limited time, get 0% financing for 60 months on a new Bryant system.
Call the experts you can trust at BJ Heating and Cooling.
Blistering offense. Going back. That ball is gone. Stellar defense. Relay to first. Double play. Lights out pitching. Strike three. An immaculate inning. Epic victories. Louisville gets the victory. This is Louisville baseball.
Right here on your flagship for Louisville sports. 93.9 The Ville and the ESPN Louisville app.
We could try to explain what it feels like.
Y'all ready to come back? That's so good.
Track mower finishes in half the time you thought it would. How easily soil gets moved with a 1-Series tractor. Or how it feels to tow up to 4,000 pounds behind a Gator XUV.
Don't forget to mute.
Want to know what it's like to run with us? You just have to get in the seat.
Visit Henry County Supply in-store in Newcastle or online at henrycountysupply.com. henrycountysupply.com.
Yep.
Appreciate that, Chase.
Yep. So big happy birthday to him.
Also want to give a shout out. Listen, for all your buying and selling, home buying and selling needs, remember Derek A. Stewart. Write this number down. Like I said, if you have any questions, you've seen them all over the town, you know the name, don't hesitate to call Derek A. Stewart at 502-314-9868. So yeah, just to put a bow on the breaking news about the NCAA agreement, my first glances are it's a protective move. Mm-hmm. It's a protective move from the class action lawsuits. This is the paragraph that you may have been interested in. All Division I athletes dating back to 2016 are eligible to receive a share as part of the settlement class. In exchange, athletes cannot sue the NCAA for other potential antitrust violations and must drop their complaints in 3 open cases: House versus NCAA, Hubbard versus NCAA, and Carter. They are totally going to buy them off.
Oh, yeah.
They are totally just buying them off. So I say, a bit flimsy with that. Notre Dame also is joining the Power 5 in the settlement. And that also Notre Dame gets to come to the table as Power 5 plus 1.
Oh, I know. Well, I mean,
they're powerful.
They're another one that it's like, well, I'd like everything to stay the same, but also they need to man up. Like, come on. You got to go somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right. So yeah, basically you talk about with the settlement, it's just, the settlement is trying to get people to waive their legal action. And here's the thing. This other thing. The thing that scares me. Scares me. I agree with you.
Yeah.
I love the NCAA. I love the idea of it. I don't want to lose the idea of it. Like I said, the benefits, I wanted them to be more beneficial, but I wanted to be kind of a controlled beneficial. I wasn't wanting the Wild Wild West. But I will say this. It's the punch you never see coming in these deals that are always the most dangerous.
Yeah.
It's every time you get on the news, you hear about this bill that sounds great, and everybody's like, "Oh, that's a no-brainer."
Right.
And then you see the little, thing snuck around, just, oh my God, did they just, sell, this, did they just sponsor whatever war going on somewhere else? Like stuff like that. When you use the word revenue sharing, if you go into business with the NCAA and you hear the word or the phrase revenue sharing,
well, you're giving up.
You better keep your hands on your wallet.
Yeah, I was like, because it's that revenue sharing sounds like what's yours is mine.
Revenue sharing. Yeah, like, listen, and here's the thing. They'll put escalators in revenue sharing contracts, and then they'll and this is just a hypothetical. Like the NCAA will say, okay, well, if you don't get this many viewers for your game, then, we get the bulk share. And, you'll look at that and you'll say, oh, of course we're going to get that, and they will sabotage the viewership just to win the battle over the escalators.
But I do think that's where these teams have gotten smart, though. And it's like, okay, that's where I think the NCAA is going to struggle to have power, because I think these schools are like, yeah, we're not doing that.
Or is going to be a battle of who has the best lawyers, because you have to have very predictive lawyers. You know what I'm saying? Because like you have to see it's a record company contract. When when they say, oh, if you sell 10,000 copies, and you say, oh, I can do that in my sleep. You know what I'm saying? And then your record doesn't get promo all of a sudden.
Yeah.
When it's time to renegotiate, and you're like, then somebody leaks out your bootlegs. I almost said bootlegs your CD. CDs anymore. Yeah, bootleg.
What's a CD?
I know, right? Yeah. Bootleg your album. Oh, by the way, there's a documentary coming out about the piracy.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh my God, it looks like it's gonna be awesome.
I think I would like.
Yeah, because listen, they got somebody driving in that car with the book of CDs.
Yeah.
You remember how everybody had a million CDs? Yeah, they were like, they basically like pirating hip hop was like printing money.
Oh,
because it's like you look, and then it has people who actually smuggled the CD out the studio and got it bootlegged.
Really?
Yes. The original Napster people was like, I think we're past the statute of limitations, but I was stealing all the music and uploading it to Napster, and it's like, oh my God, like you might face some retroactive fed charges.
No kidding.
And listen, it's a documentary coming out.
Oh, I'll be in on that.
Yeah, it's like, oh my God. And then look, then they go to Asia, where the bootlegging, mass bootlegging factories.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh my God.
Wow.
And then you got the like Eminem saying, I put 6 months of work, a year of work into the CD.
Yeah.
And an hour after it's finished, they're playing it on some mixtape on my album.
Yeah.
You done bootlegged my, you done cost me $1 gazillion leaking this out. I'm gonna unalive somebody.
I know. I know. Well, I mean, here's the thing. For one, I kind of passed. I didn't use Napster.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of come in the LimeWire stage, which was like
Muhammad taught me Napster.
Yeah, like Napster got shut down, so it was like,
he's like, oh, you should use Napster. I was like, what's that? Hey, I don't pay for music.
Yeah. Who pays for music?
Yeah, I know. I'm like, what? Yeah. Then that. LimeWire helped me survive overseas.
Oh, I can imagine. Yeah. I mean, gosh, I had
But it
so
would
many.
take days.
But I didn't download whole albums. I just made mixtapes. I was just like, I want this song. I want this song. I want this song. You know.
Yeah, library.
I had a list of songs. I was like, yeah, I want those.
Right.
You know, and then you kind of come up with another list. And when you got to about 10, because it was like you needed to get to about 10 so you didn't waste the CD.
Yeah. See, overseas, Steve.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get lonely.
Oh.
So videos. It was important to download a certain type of video.
Sure.
When I was overseas.
Sure.
Because if said video, I need some English. What was I supposed to do, Steve?
What's he talking about, Chase? What are we talking about here?
But point being, the LimeWire era is far gone, Steve.
Yeah, what are we talking about here?
It's much easier nowadays.
You know what? Since it's summer, let's bring back a little read your text thing. Listen to this texter. You ready for this, Chase?
Yeah.
How many times can Marcus, spelled wrong, and Steve say, you know what I'm saying? Yesterday, we listened to 6 minutes of commercials, then come back and listen to you do 10 more minutes of commercials. Can we talk about something?
Fuck off.
Drop that. Is Rummage coaching at Holy Cross with Lieberman? Listen, then we go back a little.
I remember that. Yeah, I already know who that is.
We go back just a couple of days to this person texting Mark Ennis. I switched over to your show from Strebels because they were talking about video games. Now I switch over to your show and you're talking about video games. You know, the biggest video game release in history.
Yeah, in sports fans' history.
It's like 409, may God have mercy on your soul. Because it sounds like you don't have much to do.
If you would have kept scrolling, you know what you'd see?
I was done there. But
if you would have kept scrolling up more, you would have saw one response from this studio. And you know what I said?
What?
Why are you so rude? Yeah, probably Monday, Tuesday. I was like, why are you so rude? It's just rude.
Yeah.
Just rude. Extremely rude.
Yeah. So anyways, sometimes in the summertime when we get bored, we just like people text and I think they forget that all their texts are recorded here. And it's like,
and the numbers,
we can see that every day you just text every show and just piss and moan.
Yeah.
Like while you're doing, I don't know what job you're doing, but you're just like,
and
this ain't good enough.
I try not.
This ain't good enough.
Yeah, give you
this ain't good
the
enough.
acknowledgement.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Right.
Like,
listen, if you said it was great today, it sucked yesterday, it was great today, fine. But complain every day and listen every day.
That's a sad way to live, man.
Yeah, go try playing some video games.
Maybe you should grab one of those video games.
Yeah.
Maybe you should grab the damn video game instead of complaining about it. Learn how to play. That's the dude that can't play video games, gets busted. That's the kid whose dad let them win early. And then when he got out in competition, he started getting smashed.
Yeah.
And then video games stupid. Yeah. It's like, I
losers play video games.
Right.